All right, we're here with the first job of the season. Fun little couple Versalock retaining walls, driveway walls, and I'm gonna kind of narrate what was going through my brain for some of this. Yeah, pretty basic, just ripping everything out. We had someone else trucking for us. It definitely helps with only two of us keeping me on site instead of me in the truck. It saves a ton of time, and this is what I'm good at. Anybody can drive a truck. It's within reason. Like I can't drive a truck any faster than pretty much anybody else. Actually, I drive slower because I obey all speed limits for the most part. And yeah, so just ripping everything out, and the name of the game is just trying to get everything down. This is the first time Tommy and I have seen each other, whatever the proper way to say that is, for a while. So we're chatting for a little bit, and right there, Tommy's knocking stuff down. He against the line with a shovel just to try and make a nice edge. I'm just grabbing stuff and piling it up. Goal whenever you have stuff, whenever you have a truck, or even if you're running your own loads, you want to have the loads as quick as possible. There's no, I use all the time like this for try and get everybody get the truck in and out as fast as possible. I just it makes the jobs more exciting for me whenever someone else is trucking, because it definitely like cranks up the adrenaline. So he's back, and yeah, just piling stuff up. Pretty basic stuff. And I don't know if you can see this, but where Tommy's at, he is over here. I don't know if I can do anything with the cursor or not. I'm kind of new to this. This is the gas line. So we knew there was a gas line. We didn't know exactly where it was. So that's actually the reason why Tommy was knocking the dirt down, because I wanted to have him knock it back and make sure, to basically expose the gas line by hand. You're technically supposed to dig within 18 inches of each side. You're supposed to hand dig of your one call marks, the 811. And that's what we were doing. So we expose that. If you see something from the machine, get out and check it out. If your guys have been doing this for any period of time, they should be stopping you and saying, hey, they see something. 8 times out of 10, maybe 9 times out of 10, it's just a tree root. It's a weird rock or something like that. But a lot of times it actually can be basically gas lines, water lines, whatever. I've hit a gas line twice in my career, and you heard that correct. I have hit a gas line 2 different times. Can you guess whose house that was at? Yes, that was my house. Right now, Tommy left. He went to go run somebody to the airport, so I'm working by myself and trying to get everything done. Saw cut in the driveway so we can have like 6 inches of base in front, and jackhammering, and kind of a lot of work by hand. And I just went through surgery over the winter, so I wasn't sure how well I'd be able to handle it. And I'm very thankful I was able to get through that. And right there is quite possibly, I believe, I exposed the water line, which is supposed to be 42 inches, I believe, buried. But right there, it was about 8 inches below where it was supposed to be. I knew that was running around. We've exposed plenty of those going in the house, just especially older construction in Pittsburgh. Most everything we have is older construction, and we've had numerous times where the lines are right up against the wall, like including water lines. So it's definitely not right for the frost. Basically, they're not buried deep enough for the frost, but it's if they were putting in a new line that would not pass, but it's already there, so that's the way it is. No idea what I'm doing there. Oh, setting up the laser level. Check and grade those lines there that the hash marks kind of next to the you see on the wall on the far side. That's just where a step up's going to be. So once you get to, you're supposed to bury one course of block. The block are 6 inches, so you need 6 inches of base. So then 6 inches plus 6 inches of the block, so you're 12 inches. But by the time you get to the step up, you're going to be 18 inches because you always need to bury one full block. So it's a lot of extra work. You can see there's a lot of how deep that trench is, but that's the proper way to do it. And there's not a lot of people that do it properly, especially in Pittsburgh. I call it the Pittsburgh standard, where they do it very. They definitely don't do it right, and that's why we cost more. It's not because we make more. It's because we actually do the work properly and charge accordingly. If I did the work that half these guys did, man, yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Tommy's back. He made it back. He came all the way back from the airport. We offered him a couple extra hours for his hassle from coming back, because I know. I told him, I said, if I was you, I wouldn't want to come back. He said, he asked me if he wanted to have me come back or have him come back. And I just said, well, that's kind of up to you. I said, I know if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't want to come back. But he did offer, and we were able to use them. And it definitely helped. By the end of the day, we were able to end up getting the base installed. That helps. Or no, we didn't get the base installed, but we basically got everything dug out and then tamped the trench. That white powder you see there is Mason's lime. You can use type S mortar. All it does is it dries up soil and it increases the load-bearing capacity. It just trying to help that. Running the compactor in there, just tamping the native soil, and that's it. I don't know how much more time we got on this, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and I can't believe you heard me listen to me ramble to the end.